this is a Ronnie Sherman deck profile. Today we're going to be talking about the deck of Vegan Salaman Great. I didn't realize this deck was going to be meta. I just liked it. If it became meta, it became meta. But I just got the last card I needed to finish it, so. Three Jaguar. If you have a Salaman Great Link, he can summon himself to a zone that link points to. If by shuffling another Salaman Great from your graveyard, into the deck, and he deals piercing, but that rarely comes up. What comes up more is the bird right here. This bird, Salaman Great Fowl. If you summon a Salaman Great, he summons himself. If you kill a Salaman Great card on your field to pick a spell or trap your opponent controls and freeze it for the turn. Weird effect in a deck of fire, but I'll live with it. Three Salaman Great Foxy. If it's normal summon, look at the top three, and you can add one Salaman Great card to your hand. Shuffle the rest into the deck. If he's in your graveyard, pitch a Salaman Great, pop a spell or trap, then summon him. Back row removal, and since we don't have 3 circle anymore, he's our recruiting thing. 3 spinny. We already know this from the days Salad used to be broken as shit. If you have him in your hand, pitch it to give a fire monster 5,000. 500 attack. If he's in your graveyard, summon it, but it banished and it leaves the field. Falco. You can bounce a Salaman Great to your hand to summon it. If it leaves the field, set a Salaman Great card to the field. And both effects are hard ones per turn. Foxy's brother, Salaman Great Foxer. If you have 3 Salaman Greats in your graveyard, pitch him, pick a link and a spell or trap. Pop the spell or trap, put the link back into your deck. If a card in your opponent's back row dies while it's in your graveyard, summon it. Two Salaman Great Mirror. If it's added from your deck to your hand, summon it. Pitch a card, special summon it. Link fodder again. One Gazelle, obvious reasons, it's at 1. If Salaman Great goes to your graveyard, you can summon it And when it's summoned, you're sending a Salamangreat card to the graveyard. One beat Bison. You actually kind of... This card is actually not that bad. If you have 3 Salamangreats in your graveyard, summon it. In defense, sadly. You can target fire links in your graveyard up to the number of face-up cards your opponent controls. Bounce them. Bounce the links to your extra and negate the cards you picked. One moly. If you link summon that turn, summon Mole. If you have no monsters, banish it, pick 5 salad cards, shuffle them into the deck, draw 2. It's basically Pot of Avarice. Salad Sanctuary. The first effect is basically what the deck's nature, the power to reincarnate your link monsters. If you link summon a Salamangreat, you can use a Salamangreat link as the entire material during damage. If your monster battles, pay a stack, target a link, make its attack 0, and you gain that much attack. You are never using that second effect. Damn who you are. 2 will. Once per turn, you can summon a salad from your hand or graveyard, and if you have a salad that's reincarnated, you can kill it to summon monsters from your graveyard equal to that reincarnated link's link rating. Fury of Fire. Summon 2 Salamangreats from your hand or graveyard in defense, but effects are negated, and you can only summon from the extra deck once. Salamangreat Claw. You equip it to a Salamangreat. They can't die by anything. Battle, can't die in battle, can't die in card effects. And if it attacks something in defense, it deals piercing. Or I really doubt that comes up. If the equipped monster was reincarnated that turn, during each battle phase, you can make attacks up on monsters equal to the link rating. One circle, search a Salamangreat, or if pick a Salamangreat that was reincarnated, it's unaffected by monster effects. Silent Mining. Put your card, search a Cyberse. This whole deck is Cyberse. Fusion of Fire. Polymerization. It's treated as a Salamangreat. You pick monsters from your hand or either player's sides of the field and fuse them. Staples, Dark Hole, Twin Twister, Monster Reborn, you all know what those cards do. Dark Hole, pop all monsters. Monster Reborn, pick a monster in either player's graveyard, summon it. Twintistis, pitch a card pop to back row, and Solomon Great Transcendence, which just lets you reincarnate right away. Traps. One Salad Gift. Picture card, send a Solomon Great from your deck to the graveyard, draw one. If you have a reincarnated Solomon Great Link, you can draw two instead. You can just pitch one, draw two instead. Two Mirror Force, obviously, if a monster attacks, you draw. You blow up everything in attack mode. Problem solved. With Solomon Great Roar, our Infinity Barrier, and when you reincarnate, you get to set it back onto your field. And Solomon Great Rage. Pitch a Solomon Great in your hand or on the field to pop a card, or pick a reincarnated link and pop cards equal to the link rating. Oh, right, extra deck. One Violet Chimera. It gains half the attack of all the fusion materials. And if it battles something with attack points different than it, double its stats. And if you reincarnate it, if you fuse using Violet Chimera as fusion material, that monster's attack becomes 0. That part is never going to happen. 2 Balinks, search the field spell. If a Salad were to die, pitch it instead from your graveyard. 2 Sunlight Wolf. 3 Sunlight Wolf. If a fire monster were to be summoned to a zone he points to, you can add a Salad back from your grave to your hand, and when he's reincarnated, you get a Solomon Great spell or trap back. 3 Heat Leo. If a Solomon Great, when he's summoned, bounce a back row, back to deck, and when he is reincarnated, he picks a card in their graveyard, and he makes a card on the field's attack become the same as the card in the graveyard. Solomon Great Pyro Phoenix. When reincarnated, you blow up everything. You could either A, summon a link monster that your opponent has in their grave back to their field, or when they link summon, you can just burn them for the attack of that monster they summoned. This has been a solid deck profile. Am I going to run Blaze Dragon? I doubt it. I really do like Solomon Great. It's a very fun deck. Well, even before the Griselda and the 1. And although, as much as I want to say I'm a big Synchro boy, I like to say that I like Solomon Great as well. And sometimes you gotta learn how to change and stuff.